Hi, everyone. It's Monday, so welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company and the Troubleshooters. I am Heath, aka Captain Sack, aka the Dire Bear GM. It Monday, but a special Monday. This is the final episode of season 1 of the Troubleshooters. Our intrepid troubleshooters have been in Germany and Romania. Well, now Romania was Transylvania. They've been in France and a couple of different places, and they currently find themselves in Paris. For those of you who are new to the show or this is your first time tuning in, you should check out all of the episodes. They're on YouTube. You can go find them now. Um, this has been the wildest, most fun ride um, that I think I've had. This is just a lot of fun. One, because we get this, we know the territory. I mean, well, we know the territory of Europe, so to speak. Um, but it's familiar in that alone. The great thing is that there's this new thing that we can infuse in there. There's a great story here, places that we, might actually be able to see in the real world. Um, it's all really great in this really gothic, intricately woven story. If we look at it, we've seen werewolves, we've seen a vampire. They fought basically a Frankenstein's monster, not fought, but dealt with. They've dealt with an undead creature and this gothic feeling that seems to run through the realm, and it seems perfectly fitting for that time frame of going into things. So it's been a really great story. I've really enjoyed telling it and having these guys fill in all the best parts of it uh, with their characters. And so all I can tell you is that during the break, we're going to ramp up a bit more. We're going to look at the story evolving and including um, more backstory with these guys. You can already see that with the current storyline, which deals a lot with Emrys and where Emrys is at and what's happening there. So expect to see more and more of that as we go into the second season. So yes, there is an end to a season, but there will be another one. To that note, so just so everybody's aware, we are going to have something going on Mondays. I'd love to tell you what it is. I think next Monday we may rerun an episode, maybe the first episode, or maybe rerun this episode. But we will have DMs running one shots. We will have games. Otter and I have jumped into playing Baldur's Gate 3, which I know it's been out for a little while now, but he just got it, and so we've been enjoying the multiplayer. Maybe there's a couple of nights where we do multiplaying on the stream of Baldur's Gate 3, especially since they announced the new patch, which will have the Druid, and I'm looking forward to that. I think we're going to end up restarting the game as a couple of like moon druids. So Circle of the Moon druids. I think that'll be amazing to have just these two guys running around in bear format, just yelling at each other. So, kind of like real life. Uh, just two big bear men just talking to one another. Um, Anyways, I'm looking forward to that and seeing what's going on. Now, as for when does season 2 come out? That's a great question. It will not be in March. All of March we're going to take off, so that's 5 Mondays that you will not have anything. My goal right now, and I will keep everyone up to date, so make sure you join the Discord so that way you can see any updates that we have coming out. Right now, I plan to start on Monday, March or April the 5th. So April 5th, which will be 6 weeks from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 weeks from now will be our first show. That gives me spring break to enjoy with my kids, things like that, and gives me a chance to write because I'm embroiled in rewriting the entire middle section of the adventure tomes, the first adventure, as well as writing the second one. I'm embroiled in writing for this show and some other projects that I'm personally trying to work on that aren't really D&D related. It's just things that I wanted to work on. Uh, so that gives me a chance to work on all of those things and look at projects and what have you. Um, so just know that we will be back. There will be Monday nights and something going on Monday nights. My face may be absent for some of them. I might be here for a few of them. In any event, it should be fun regardless of. And we look forward and we hope you all will come back. We'll keep announcements going and things like that as Mondays roll around from one to the next. And then, of course, again, April 5th will be the first back. And it will also mark the third anniversary of Dire Bear Adventuring Company. That's right. We've been doing this since 2018, 19. We started in 2018, so 2018 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21. This is our third year of being here doing this thing. So I do have more coming up in April. I've got the Huntsville Pop Culture and Comic Expo that is going on the first weekend, the first full weekend. Nope, second weekend in April, which is the 9th, 10th, and the 11th. And I will be at that running a tournament, a D&D tournament, as well as running our game, um, which should be interesting to see um, because it deals with a new city, a new place, and it's you guys in the past have dealt with me running games out of the Broadway and running other cities. Um, in the past where a lot of things have taken place in Broadway. We're going to introduce a new city called Aldemir, and it is a lot different from Broadway because Broadway was a small place. Aldemir is actually a big sprawling city with walled off wards and areas and stuff. So we're introducing new places in the Dire Bear world as we build it. And so Aldemir is our first new city for the conventions. And so it should be interesting to see. So, let's see other announcements that we have. If you guys haven't, you can also check out the Wednesdays on Facebook for Lucky Dice Cafe. We do a live broadcast, a Facebook live feed for the cafe. Howard and I talk about new products. We talk about things that are coming out, what we're getting into individually as both Lucky Dice Cafe and Dire Bear Adventuring Company. Um, just there's just a lot going on all the way around, and so um, make sure you tune in on there. Wednesdays it usually goes live around 4:30, 5 o'clock in that area. So if you follow Lucky Dice Cafe, which you should, Howard's great, and their cafe is more of a community than any just a store. Um, Make sure to tune in there because we have special guests and all sorts of things. Um, I think that's all the new announcements. So let's do a real quick recap. Uh, by the way, just to get in there, I want to say this before I start doing the recap. JT, Raymond, Just Enough Wrong, Lil Burb, all you guys out there, Decca, everybody who tunes in on Mondays and watches faithfully, your support means so much. So a hearty thank you from me and from all of us to you guys for being here with us every Monday and really appreciate it. I would do this regardless of because I love it, but it really means a lot to me to have you guys watching and invested in the show just as you would, any other show. So thank you to you guys. It means a lot to me and I appreciate it. And to those 4 players that are with me every week for the most part, I'm looking at you, Voodoo. For the most part, no. In all seriousness, though, these guys are fantastic. I hand selected all 4 of you, and I did a great job. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. But you guys really brought a lot of life to your characters, and I love that you guys have invested so much into it. From Q having a teacup and the makeup on, to Voodoo with the tusks in, and with just Otter embodying Moonin both in character and I believe almost a little out of character. I feel like Moonin's more of a self insert. And then also with Vixen and her just hanging on to Liz and just embodying what Lysandra stands for. So these guys really like I'm a good storyteller, but it's only as good as the players are invested, and these guys are so invested that it just makes for a wonderful episode week after week, and I really love it, and I love being here and being able to do this. So, thanks to those guys, and thanks to all of you out there who are watching. I love you all. It just means a lot to me. So, thank you very much. Now, without further ado, last week on the Troubleshooters, we had a moment where there was a bit of badge licking going on, and tracers were placed on people, tracking them throughout the city, with the exception of Moonin, who deftly slipped his into Combs' accordion case of holding. They were then sent to visit, or Emrys visited the old lady, got a box, locked the mask in the box, but not without a cost, deliver a package to some rivals, old friends, if you will. Emrys, holding true to his word, along with the others when they met up in the cafe. Emrys not looking himself. They eventually delivered the item, which was cracked and then taken back to the shop. They were then met back up with Calm and the men who had not abducted, but held him for questioning, the administrators for the directorate. Seals were placed in the room, and a quiet conversation, well, quiet because no noise would escape the room or get into the room. A quiet conversation was held that revealed that there was a big summoning going on for any of them larger or higher up members to retreat back to the main office or the directorate in London, including Pierre himself, as well as Colm and some others that were on that list. The wards came down, removing the protections, and there was hustle and bustle going on in the main directorate office. Pierre threw open the door to find out what was going on, only to hear that there was an explosion on the Rue de Mystique, and that's where we left off. Without further ado, again, let's start this night's episode of The Troubleshooters. All right, welcome back, everyone. Everybody's with us. And now, if you'll notice, normally everybody's in costume, but we're doing just super relaxed for the last episode. And I'm here for it, with the exception of Gage, who still has the tusks in because everybody
we
loves
love
the
him
tusks.
here. They have to be there.
Yes, the madam has a luck point to spend. Thank you, Justin Wrong. The directorate is a buzz with people, movement, activity, and everything throwing around. Pierre stands, his mouth slightly agape in the doorway as you watch people move past. The large man that you had seen last time, whose name you come to learn is Andres, he is moving about, seeing like he's trying, kind of taking point on this. The people... the members of the directorate and the agents start to gather things and move in place. You are ushered along with Calm, who immediately asks, "Was there anything that we can do to assist or help or aid in any way?" Pierre shakes himself and says, "Oui. If you would head to the Rue de Mystique, assess the situation. I mean, this is not what you do, yes, troubleshooters? You take care of these things?" Colm says, "Of course, yes, absolutely. Right, you all? Let's go. Do you know the way?"
Yeah.
No. Okay. interesting. Well, then, lead the way. And he allows you to lead the way through the city. You take a small car. It feels like it's a small car. Yeah, yeah. It weaves its way through the streets. Gej sitting uncomfortably in the back, just like actually Gej isn't in the back. He's in the front seat, letting Les into the back seat. So Gej has more leg room, and really all it is just one knee is out the window. His head and shoulders like turned sideways as he's just filling up the car.
Oh,
Um,
bless that
as
baby.
you as you as you approach the Rue de Mystique, you can see that it looks like a war zone.
While we're driving, um, I'm just gonna pull my hood back up. Maybe take a different appearance. Just, I have a very sneaky suspicion of what's going on. Um, so yeah.
So you're just putting it up? Are you changing your appearance?
Slightly. Like I'll still keep like same body shape and like stuff like that, but just kind of slightly changing facial appearance and maybe a different color of eyes, different hair. But other than that, the most just slight things where somebody would look at me and be like, "Can I place them?"
Okay.
Maybe, but also no.
Okay, so you're trying to just obscure enough that it's like
Maybe,
maybe.
maybe,
I
but
can't tell.
no, nah, and just like overlook basically.
Okay. So you went with the plain white dude.
Even
I am French. Baguette.
He was
a little pencil stash, it's fine. You know.
the John Waters mustache.
Yeah.
It's just-
I am selling the bread.
oui, oui, I have baguette.
I am the French.
Les poissons. Les poissons. You know.
I have the baguette and the fromage.
Parlez du fromage.
Qui a coupé la fromage?
Say it to me again.
We're at what rails? We don't keep
du
rails.
fromage.
Qui a coupé la fromage? So appearing in the row, it looks like a war zone. Like bombs have gone off. Not one explosion, but like multiple. Storefronts are blown out and collapsed. You can see all sorts of artifacts and articles and items and stuff have just been scattered out throughout there.
Question. Do the explosives seem to be centered on any businesses in particular where...
Give me an investigation check, please.
Sure.
My question is, does it smell like what bombs smell like?
Like gunpowder?
Or does it smell... Yeah, just like a very, very like heavy gun.
Give me a... Also give me an investigation check. Actually, no, make it perception. I'll make it perception check. Moonin.
I know the things. It's 27.
Moonin, it does not appear to be centered on, or that you can tell that it's centered on anything. It just there's too much debris around there. No, it does not smell like gunpowder or trinitrotoluene or any of the odors that you would sense with an explosive device or item.
So one could assume it was probably magic.
She's going to relay this message, and she's going to go, I watch
Nope. We lost you for a little bit there.
Don't look at the sky is probably the best advice that I can.
Don't look for the sky.
Can you hear me now? She's gonna. Don't just. The best advice that I can give you is don't look for the sky, because these are not air raids of any kind.
Oh.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb
And
on me? Yes, you can't take the sky from me. So not a bomb situation. You're moving through the row. You can already see that several members of the directorate, several agents are there walking through things. Many of them have forms of those glasses, those monocle pieces up. As they're moving through, you can see there's several who are piecing together. You see the white armbands, like the white and gold armbands of the medical team. You're familiar with them. You used to carry one yourself. They are moving through and checking on people. Those that are gone, they're carefully removing their bodies. Those that can be healed, they're administering healing to. It is a work of many people. Can't hear you.
does it look like there's a lot of people that are wounded, or does it just seem like the medical team has?
It doesn't look like there's a lot of wounded. I mean, no, it looks like they have it under control. There's enough staff to take care of that part of it.
Are either of the shops we were at earlier in the day part of those that were affected?
Yes.
Both or one?
Give me a perception check.
Can I help? Or can I
I-
also make one? Because that's something I would be looking for.
Yeah.
Do you want to
absolutely.
help or roll on your side?
Can I help?
Are you Well,
Actually, I am proficient.
It would be
Proficient.
like
Liz has
you
an 8,
guys,
or Liz has a 20.
you guys would be able to look together, like you're looking together to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So you
I'm
can
gonna hope
do
you have eyes because the dice have
I
turned
have
on me so
proficiency
far.
and only a +3, so 15.
And Liz had a
Oh.
20.
Um,
I'm just here today.
Proficient.
the hodgepodge shop
Yes.
of the old lady looks to be obliterated from the inside. The other shop,
Cute. That's savage. Sorry.
the other shop appears to have had some detonation to it. But it still seems to be okay. Like it took a brunt of the explosion, but it seems to be okay.
Liz would like to go over to the one that has the 3 sisters and just kind of like pop her head in to see and like call out to see if they're okay.
You watch as the 3 of them make their way forward. They seem shaken. You can see that the youngest one is already picking items up and trying to sort out what's salvageable and what's not. The middle one, the one that you did most of the talking with, she um she's like taking inventory using, she has like a ledger out and is taking inventory. The oldest one brushes her hair back and she seems to be trying to remend or reattach something that looks mundane. It looks like the end of a banister rail or something. As you poke your head in, the middle one looks up at you and like strides forward, and she just kind of like she's gazing at you. She's like peering at you. You were here earlier, yes? I believe you were.
Yeah, I bought things from you. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
You were here with your friend who dropped off the package, yes?
I mean, friend is a light term, but associate, yeah.
Your associate is well, I hope.
Liz looks out the door and she's all like, and then she looks back at the sisters and she's like, yeah, he's as good as he can be.
Well, that is good news to hear indeed. I am so glad that he is okay. I would hate for anything to happen to him. And you watch as all three of them now have converged. They're looming over you. They seem impossibly tall against the light of the things.
Liz is so used to it. She's 5'2". She's just like, yeah, this is normal.
This is
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
My dice decided not to like me, but it's still a 12.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
The chat. Yeah.
lit.
There is something I would like to do while Liz is
Mhm.
in that shop, but I'll let you deal with that first.
No, go ahead. What would you like to do?
I actually want to go check on I want to go to the
The other one.
old lady's shop, but I don't want to go in through the front. I want to see if I can, dip.
Yeah, slip her a little snick.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I would like to sneak away.
Okay. You want to sneak away?
Please.
All right. Give me just 1 second here.
Also, I assume that they are not trying to charm me.
Actually, you would. No, it is not charming you at all. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had this pulled up, and then of course I closed it out. There we go. It's not. She, as she looks over you, you feel this chill sort of run down your back. You don't really know what happened. You know that something like kind of ran through you, but you're not sure what it was.
Did I seem to take any damage, or is it just I got a weird chill and I was just like, oh, that's weird?
You got a weird chill, and you feel like your heart's kind of heavier a little bit.
Liz, in all of her 5'2" glory, just is all like, I was trying to help, but if you have it covered, I'm gonna leave you be. And with that, she's going going to
As you start to leave, she holds out a hand. She's like, if you see your friend again, please tell him that we would like to see him. We have some great concern.
Liz just looks at him and goes,
By this time, a lot of the Directorate agents have converged on the primary shop, the shop of Madame Léamule.
I was just gonna ask, does that shop seem to be the epicenter of the explosion, or are there like more centered around? I know you said there were some spread out, but is that like the epicenter?
The epicenter is the one that was like full of all the hodgepodge stuff. Lady Léamule.
I'm not even gonna try to say that.
Yep. The lady, Madame Léamule.
So hers was the epicenter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are there more around? There are more around. Yes.
Yeah, there are more around. Gage, give me an investigation check, please. If anybody
good
would
at
like
that one.
to assist.
Ooh, 16 plus 3. Ladle, 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 ladle. For all you SpongeBob babies. 19, 16 plus 3.
You understand that that is the epicenter, and what you're seeing, it looks like when you destroy a magic item or anything that has magic in it, it's in its of itself is like a little bomb. What you're looking at are like, it looks like this was the epicenter, and then artifacts burst from the shock or from the other explosion, causing
A chain of events.
like a chain reaction until it finally just calmed down.
Got it.
when Liz gets back to the rest of the party, she would mention to Moonin in Norwegian that she had some sort of magic put.
Some sort of magic put on you?
Yeah, put on Liz. She would go, I had some sort of magic put on me, and the sisters aren't real pleased with Emerus, but other than that, please.
We lost you for
I
half
missed
of that.
just the last part.
Yeah, you keep like cutting out like the last second or so.
I got everything other than please, and then you trailed off. It didn't come through. Not pleased with Emerus, and then please.
Oh, they're not pleased with Emerus, and please don't shoot me. I'm tiny. You can just incapacitate me.
Are you asking me to incapacitate you?
If I become dangerous, yes.
Good to know. Moonin would like to walk up to the investigators to kind of overhear their thoughts on where this came from.
They are looking through the rubble and the place that is the place that was her shop. You see them like carefully picking through things. And please don't destroy my players on camera, because she might have something to say or interact with me. Anyways.
That was a good one.
Saucy.
Moonin has an idea. I have an idea of where it may have come from. I'm just curious what their thoughts are currently.
They don't seem to have, like, they're still in the preliminaries. They're still looking through things. They don't really have any idea yet of where it came from. They can see where the originating point was as you move through the shop. like structurally, most of it is still there. It looks like it was shelled out, so the explosion like went through and out there. But you can see they're looking at what is or where a they think like a either a countertop or some sort of counter was. They're picking through the rubble of shelves and things like that. So their thought is that it originated from this counter.
I'm just gonna kind of look around. Well, the rest of my team who know more about magic are looking at stuff, but I'm just trying.
You have your badge.
Huh?
You have your badge.
If anyone asks for it, I'll show it to them, but otherwise, I'm not showing it. It's just in my breast pocket.
Okay.
Samesies. Is there a body?
Not that you can see, no. And it doesn't seem to be one, or she doesn't appear to be, or her crumpled form doesn't appear to be amongst the injured or the dead that are there.
Anyone know where Emrys went?
Yeah, where did Emrys go?
Shifty.
I don't know. You tell me.
Just
I'm not.
You're
I
in
don't
the
know who this
streets.
Emrys is you're speaking of.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you Sarah again?
Today it's with an H.
No, because that's the old lady.
No, you're Jean-Pierre.
He flips
Yeah.
it around.
Jean
His name
Valjean.
is, Jean.
Jean Valjean.
Yeah, that.
No?
He's 24601.
No, his name is Jean Valjean.
Thank you for going on that journey with me.
But yes, where did Emrys go? Did anyone see him?
I mean, who am I? 246.
Liz is gonna be outside, and she's gonna be like, I can't see him out here, but you know, he's probably somewhere close. Hopefully not dead.
I would like to use my eyeballs.
To
see
search
if-
around for Emrys.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the car with his hood up, changing on you guys.
Did we
Look.
see Emrys's face post change? Or did he just like
Sneak away.
Bye.
Plausibly,
Hmm.
yes. No. I would like to think that I am a good boy and would have at least told one person that, like, I'm sitting here, like, let me just do a mock shift without my headphones so I can't hear you. Hey, hi. This is me now. I'm going that way. You know?
Yeah, Liz would have looked at you and just been very confused because you were with her earlier. So if she's anywhere, you'd be noticed because she's an elf, and like that shit you can't hide from.
I would have shown
so
one person my face, and honestly, it probably would have been Gej.
All right.
So
Because he's like physically seen Emrys change, so Emrys would be like, "Hey,
doing the thing.
Emrys walks up with Steve Buscemi's face going, "Hello, fellow Frenchman."
Would you like some skateboard?
Bonjour, fellow Frenchman. I am also a Frenchman.
and I'm going that way."
Oui, baguette.
although that sounds way more like Liz trying to pretend that she's French.
Oui, baguette. Escargot.
and
Escargot gotta
then
get.
walks away. Oh.
Armée de fromage.
It just walks away. See, I like my Kia Coupe La Fromage much better.
This isn't where I parked my baguette.
This is not. This is not where I parked my Vespa. Wait, that's Italy.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways,
France is a bad place for us to be, y'all.
what rails? We don't have rails here.
Why did we come to Paris?
Liz is wondering the exact same thing. She's like, I knew that going to Paris was a bad idea. I hate the French. I don't know why we're here, but just making sure that, my Frenchman doesn't die, but he's not where I can see him, so hopefully he's not dead.
Just enough wrong reminded me of one of my favorite scenes from Inglourious Bastards. Yes, and you speak the third best. I don't speak Italian. Like I said, third best. Buongiorno.
For all you
Anyways,
know, you left Emrys back at the police station.
Well,
no, you were in the car with them.
That's true. For all you know, he's under the seat in the car.
For all you know, he's still in the car.
That's
You
in
left the
the
window down in a bowl of water. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like explosions. Contact me when they're done.
He's just got his hands on the window, like.
I don't like it here.
There's a sign on the window that says the air conditioner is on, he has water, and his favorite music is playing.
Yes.
He's fine.
He's fine. Don't mind the screaming, or if he looks dead, he's fine.
He's just faking it for attention.
But yes, where is
Uh,
Emrys?
The question still stands.
Donde este Emrys?
Guys, in response to you asking the question, he changed before he left the car and he went off in a general that way direction. That's all I know.
Went that way.
West. Okay.
Last time he's traveling that way.
He'll show up
Somewhere.
eventually.
He'll be back.
He'll turn up. He always does. We can't
Unless he
guarantee what
doesn't.
face he'll have on.
Unless he doesn't.
Curious what today's name is, but we'll find out.
You know,
when
that's
we
the
find
thing,
him.
though, is that you never know if it's Emrys or not.
What if
Sarah
it's just a
with the
random
name.
stranger? Just
Just
walks up and
assume
goes,
that-
"Hey guys, it's me."
Just assume that everybody is Emrys until proven otherwise.
I might
Alright.
be impressed.
Am I Emrys?
As
Oh,
long as
somebody-
you're not a large size, I could.
I am not.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Just Gej shows up, and then a Gej with a French accent shows up. It's like, yeah, we know which one's the real one.
Foiled again.
I tried my best. What can I say? All right.
Iris just doesn't do this for me.
The accent very hard.
That's why the
Nothing
French
else.
make fun of everyone who can't speak French.
Well, never mind. That's a whole other conversation that will just get us derailed once more. Which is
Yeah.
the fun part. That's why we don't have rails.
There-
You can't
there
get
are no
derailed.
rails
There are no
here.
rails.
There's just bumpers.
Just keep it in the lane somewhere in the general vicinity.
We're still in France.
It's like watching a
doing good.
5-year-old bowl. All right.
Underhand, not overhand,
How-
Timmy.
How... Don't Kobe the bowling ball. Jesus.
I've seen a child do that. Everything stopped for like 5 lanes in each direction.
Just...
It went up my
Bang!
nose.
At least that was the water and not the Mountain Dew.
Somebody's just
That
like
hurt.
shot puts the thing down the line. You just
If
that
I
loud-
ever see someone holding a bowling ball like a shot put and spinning down the lane, I'm leaving.
You know that man means business.
You just hear it go boom.
Is that the ceiling? Oh, God.
Was that the ceiling or the point
Records-
screen?
Record scratch as everything just comes to a complete fucking stop.
Much like it
Everybody
has.
just looks at them.
Everyone's. Cool. What is that? Okay. Yeah. Emrys is.
I
somewhere.
thought he was banned.
I thought he was banned.
He keeps doing this. How many times do we have to tell you?
Hmm.
he's gotten to where he warms it up. He still does it underhand, but now he softball pitches it. So he does the spin and then
God, his shoulder must be dead. All right. Fuck.
This is how he works out for softball.
By throwing
Could you
a
imagine the
bowling
pitch
ball.
after that,
He just looks at you, locks eyes, and goes, "Slow pitches for pussies." Just throws it, just
Oh my
Herculean launches the bowling ball.
Look, all
I
I'm
don't even
saying is
know
if you
why
can-
we're here now, but here we are.
If you can throw a bowling ball as fast as you can throw a softball, ain't nobody ever gonna be able to hit you.
Literally, I'd be more afraid of like actually going up to try and hit the ball. I'd be like, no. He's pitching.
Welcome to Demigod
Strike me out.
Bowling.
It's done.
That side, that left side, just looks like he's just roided that one side.
Charger from
like-
Left 4 Dead. It's fine.
You can,
You
you
could dodge a
can see
bowling
this. You can see the seams of the softball are like straining as he just grips it. He just looks at you with death in his eyes. You hear it whistling as he winds up for the throw.
Strike
All
me
you
out.
hear-
I'm not
All
even
you
trying
hear
at
from
that
the
point.
catchers, "Who?"
Listen, I
Catcher's
gotta
on his
go.
back.
I think I forgot to water my kitchen floor or something. Like, I gotta go.
I've watered this
Your
mount. I gotta
excuses
leave
are
now.
as good as your like random names. Just ask one way thing.
No, I gotta go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Coming back
No.
around.
Coming back around. Bowling
Emrys
ball,
is
not
Around.
bowling.
up in the
Okay.
air.
So-
How do you
All right.
fly?
Shh. Secrets.
He's up on the walls.
You were thrown by the bowling ball man, weren't you?
He was launched up onto the roof. What's
You look
bad?
over,
though,
I'm
is
there's
he,
Secret
a dude with a
Spider-Man.
huge arm in the
I gotta
alleyway.
go.
I don't know where he went.
he didn't calculate the height, so the first whip around just BAP! Slapped your head off the ground and then just launched you in the air.
Fine. I'm dead. That's what that is. I'm just dead now. It's okay.
You just concussed. You're fine.
Emrys who?
Don't fall asleep on it. You're fine. Poor Voodoo.
Just walked off.
He's walking. Stumble it off. You'll be fine.
Just get him some ice. He'll wake up eventually.
Probably.
Fuck.
This is everything I was hoping for tonight would be.
We said casual Monday.
Yeah.
Hydrate. After all of that laughter, just hydrate.
I'm crying legitimate tears.
This is a sober.
Maybe I should go get a glass of wine.
I have rum chata. That would be great.
I couldn't imagine this group with a drinking stream. We wouldn't get
Hey,
anywhere.
episode 1, season 2.
The gang gets loaded.
Episode title for season 2.
The gang like their dice.
Yes.
What? 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 Loaded? Why would you? What?
Black fillet.
Oh, that die? I don't know what you're talking about.
Time to get the edible dice.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Emrys? He's somewhere.
All right. So Moonin is rummaging through the wreckage of the rubble of the previous shop.
Also passively looking for knickknacks.
Give me another investigation roll.
We're
Or
not-
actually, no. Make it perception. Just give me a perception check.
I'm better at those.
Liz, you are wandering over to the other shop from the other one, from the sister's shop.
Yeah, I had called out to Moonin kind of before he went into the shop, and now I'm just like standing outside the shop, like watching the street almost.
Okay.
That was a dirty 20.
Awesome. You notice. I'll come back around to that. I've got something, but I'll come back around to that. Gej, what are you doing again?
Sorry. Gej
Okay.
is going to be looking for something that looks like it's a little too there. Like something that was probably
Obvious or planted.
it was something that was planted probably to take somebody's attention from what they're actually looking for to this object, or maybe even take it away from this object because it just looks like it's so in place. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah. Again, go ahead and give me perception checks. Immerse, what are you doing?
Question. No, I'm kidding. I know what I'm doing. I am going to I want to circle around the back of the shop if there's a way for me to kind of get around. I am like stealthing, but also not entirely stealthing, I guess. I don't know how to put it exactly cuz like
You're skulking.
I'm yeah.
You're
Yeah.
skulking.
Yep. I had to do it at least once. I am just looking basically to see any signs of if there was a back door to the shop, if there was a chance that she rushed out of it, or if there is another door nearby that or like a secret door, maybe if something could be because right now we haven't seen her in like the group of injured. And we haven't seen her just kind of around. And there's no body dead in the shop either. So, yeah. Sorry. Looking around the back. Apologies.
You're fine. Okay, so skulking around the back.
Yes. Making it look like I belong, but also that I've got ulterior motives because I'm looking for something else.
Okay. Give me investigation check, please.
Am I good at those? No.
What do you? I love how you asking me.
12.
12. You can find the spot you're looking for.
Yeah.
Moving around.
Okay.
You absolutely find like an alley that leads to the backsides of that row, that particular row, and you can see, looking at the doors, you estimate where hers would be, and then you recognize that you didn't have to really suss out too much because it's easy to see the exploded back alley where debris has been rained down, bricks laying in the alleyway. You can see glass and objects littered about.
All right.
Moonin, there appears to be a sliver of wood, polished and lacquered, and in great condition, despite laying amongst the rubble. I mean, you pick it up and brush it off, it looks like it's serviceable as a wand. It's very noticeably a wand.
Okay.
The as you look through the back alley, Emrys, you don't really see like anything that was like an escape route. If the blast caught, it would have been you can't outrun what happened here. It was such a forcefulness that it just,
Very quick and immediate.
like it shattered brick and things against the wall opposite of it.
Is there anything, I guess, okay, one other thing I'm looking for is basically if there's a chance, because like her body's still not there. It was a very quick and immediate explosion. But does it look like somebody left in a rush as if they knew perhaps
Did it or
they could time it was timed? Like it was a timed immediate thing? Like they
what are
that
you looking for exactly? Like
um stuff knocked over, maybe.
give me a survival check.
Even worse. But not a bad roll. That's an 18.
You don't see anything knocked over.
Yeah.
However, you do notice that it appears as though um uh, down the alley you can see a door that it looks like it wasn't fully shut.
Slightly ajar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I see through the back door basically? Like, is it blown off the shop for the most
Yeah.
part?
Mm-hmm.
Can I like see Moonin or
See
an immediate?
several. You can see several of the agents in there as well as Moonin.
Okay. I don't think Moonin and I have a shared language besides English. Wow. Moonin, we gotta come up with something, buddy. I'll
Hands-
do. Sorry.
Hand signs.
No, I will. I'll quickly go up to the door and I don't know.
That would be
Like,
his
JT
face if he started doing hand signs at me. I'd be like,
Who is that? Why
"Who
are they?
are you? Why are
Um,
you trying to get my attention?"
You call one of the agents over and go, "Is that normal?" He was down there flailing like a chicken. I don't
I
know
feel
if
like
that's-
you should look into that fella.
Is that a French thing or what?
yes.
No, it's an Italian thing.
No, I'll just wave a white flag like normal. No, I will move over to the door and I'll do a quick whistle, like just a loud, sharp whistle to kind of, if it gets everybody's attention, that's fine. Mainly, I'm just looking straight at Moonin either way.
You could just say my name.
I could, but then I'm gonna state Moonin, which is fine. I'm either way. I'm gonna say your name, and more than likely, I'll get the attention of a couple people. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna like move up and kind of lean against the door. These people don't know who I am either. I know Moonin's looking at me like, do I know
I
you?
would assume that Liz would probably have heard the whistle, considering that she's standing right at the entrance of this shop.
mean,
I would
if
do a
you're
loud
whistling
whistle.
loudly, then yes, there's a
Well-
loud, piercing whistle.
Well, like loud enough to basically like get whoever's in the shop's attention. If she's at the front door.
As soon as you let out a loud, shrill whistle, everybody turns. You see about 7 people, including Moonin and Liz, like going.
Hiya.
You have your gun drawn.
I'm just like, I'll do it very low.
Liz then comes in and just like pats Moonin's shoulder and in Norwegian goes, "No, it's okay. Put it down. But we should go with the whistler."
Oh,
No, that awkward body language.
no, you don't gotta go with. I'm just I've noticed something at the end of the alley. I'm just gonna check it out. Pretty much.
The agents, recognizing that you're not speaking to them, go back to looking through the things as they did.
Perfect. If anything, if Gej is still out on the street, probably quickly say to both of them, like, best probably get Gej as well.
Liz just looks at Moonin and goes, I'm gonna protect the Frenchman. Go get Gej, so we both don't die."
Gedge is actually in the shop. He was
Is
looking
he?
around for things.
Perfect.
I rolled a 16.
Out of place. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
If you have some sort of weird magic about you, and they were looking for the Frenchman, maybe it might be better to keep your distance.
You are right. You are right. And then
I would hate to have
did
to
you say-
subdue you.
Did you say this to me in Norwegian or common?
Norwegian.
She goes, "You're right. You're right." And then she looks over at Emerus and goes, "Yeah, the sisters don't like you, so Gej is your new cleric, and I'll try not to kill you."
I mean, I don't look like me, so at the same time, I'm like, there was a reason I had my suspicions.
Vogue hands.
I don't the fresh talk with their hands anyway. There's French somewhere in my background. My last name is Bouchard, so in real life.
No, I know.
So
But
Liz is just gonna shrug her shoulders and she goes, "Yeah, even though that you changed your appearance, doesn't change the fact that I'm pretty sure that I have some sort of magic on me. I'm
That's
not
okay.
terribly worried about it, but
just don't think about me.
I don't want to kill you."
Just don't think about me.
Gej, the shop's second floor seems to be tenuous but approachable. Like there are parts of it that appear to be, how we say, wrecked,
Sus.
but part of it is still untouched. Um, which is kind of odd given the way that the blast would have been out, up as well. But you can see that there's a portion of it that appears to be intact altogether.
He's going to make his way carefully over to the part that is untouched.
Okay. Give me a give me an acrobatics check as you try to maintain your balance and as you climb up there.
Oh boy! I got a 9. I'm not a very dexterous man.
No, you put your foot testing out the steps as you go. You put your foot on one of the boards and it gives way, and you kind of stumble and bang forward and kind of knock your chin. You take 2 points of damage as you just kind of knock your chin into the wood. A little blood wells up on it.
See your foot come
Ew.
through the ceiling.
Yeah, just you see the second story, like a foot breaks through the wood. It's like you hear the of crack of wood.
See a
Yeah,
weird
all of the
gray
agents are
leg.
going, "Is that somebody's?"
Fuck.
But it's like, "That's mine." Sorry.
Fun with portals.
Yes. You continue to make your way up to the second floor, and you can see that in the back corner, um, like you were looking at it from underneath, so you could just see the wood in that area. Did not seem to be scorched as much or hardly at all compared to the rest of the second floor that remains. As you get to the top of the stairs, you can see that room looks to be closed, and looking at it, you can see that there are runes etched on it. They are some of the runes that you are familiar with. Some of them deal with protection, like protective magic, warding magic.
Okay. Can I try again?
You trying to get up there? Oh, you mean you're already at the top of the stairs?
Across the room.
Okay. No, the floor does not give way underneath you this way as you move across the room. You come to the door and you can see, again, like I said, there are runes etched around the door frame. Some of them are that of protective magic, like warding runes. Give me an Arcana check if you would, please. You just know that some of them are protective wards.
Cool beans.
Neat.
Ah, these are protection runes. I recognize them from that one house, sort of. Maybe. I'm not a very good cleric.
Actually, you've seen some of them more recently, as in like within the last hour or so.
At the. I'm not there.
Hold up.
At
No.
the never mind.
Yep.
The guy that we went and spoke with, were they on the inside of the room there?
They were on the inside of that room. Do you remember what they did?
They made it silent.
That is correct. They cast a sound dampening spell around the area with which was warded.
Hey, Moonin.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me out here?
I will head upstairs carefully because I saw a foot come through the floor.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Sure.
Yeah, you're a dex
But
monkey
before
anyway.
he goes, she's gonna cast the cantrip that helps him. She's just gonna be like,
Guidance.
"All right, go do that."
I
Guidance.
definitely don't need it, but I'll take it. That's a 26 with guidance.
Okay. Yes, you avoid the tenuous steps and make your way up there without causing injury to yourself. Again, you see a room that seems to be unharmed with several runes. Like, when I say several runes, I don't mean like 4 or 5. I mean like there's like 10 on this side, 10 on this side, and like 7
It's like a
across the
full
top.
arch.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do you for, Gish?
Total party kids. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm gonna try to open this door. That's not really a great idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
I want you to be on standby for whatever just so happens to be locked up behind here, if I can manage to get it open.
Sure. I will draw a pistol and step back.
Liz!
Liz looks over at the general direction that Emerus has gone and is just like, if he gets in trouble, he'll whistle again, hopefully. And she then tries to go upstairs, but she's going to cast guidance on herself and just be like, please be with me.
Acrobatics check.
Got
17. Well, wait, I have a d4. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Sorry, cute.
I have a 18.
Okay. You easily make it up the stairs, avoiding any of the boards that break, staying to the outside edge that seems to be the most sturdy. You see a room untouched by any of the damage, runes around the outside, you know.
Before
Can
she
I
even goes
tell
upstairs.
if any of the runes are anything of like malicious intent?
Hold on. Gej, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say before she even gets up the stairs, he's gonna try to open the door.
Okay. As you get to the top of the stairs, you see Gej reaching for a door handle with runes around it. Give me an Arcana check and do so quickly.
It is a 16.
You notice that some of them are protective wards that keep an area dampened with sound. You've seen these recently. You saw them at the directorate office. You notice 1 or 2 others that appear to be locking spells. As Gej hits the door, you recognize one of them is a almost like a glyph. It's a type of glyph of warding. And Gej, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Cool beans. He's new to this magic thing, guys. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's only a spellcaster himself, but he's new.
Only for like a year or so. Dexterity.
Just looks like glowing pictures to me.
That is a 9. I don't like that one anymore.
That's a 9?
It's a 9. I rolled a 7.
9?
You go into the shame corner, my friend.
I've put 3 d20s in the shame corner already tonight. Not okay.
Love this.
You take 23 lightning damage as the rune explodes outward. I'm sorry, it's a 20-foot radius. That means I need Moonin and I need List to make those dexterity saving throws as well.
You motherfucker. You couldn't have waited until I got to the top of the stairs?
Nope.
Emrys, outside as you're walking down the alleyway, you hear eruption of lightning.
I just stop and I'm like,
These idiots.
go check that really quick because that happens. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and
18.
check really quick.
You take.
I used my luck point for 20.
Okay, so you two take 11 points of lightning damage. Emrys is walking down the alleyway, stops, goes about face.
Yep.
The agents downstairs have got. You see, some of them have pistols, others have wands. They look like they are, and they're looking around the building, like looking up. Some of them have been driven to the ground. You can see like small trails of vapor coming off of them. Again,
Okay.
remember it's a 20-foot sphere, so like the guys below you got hit by some of it too.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
standing there and just static comes from the ceiling.
Don't.
Fine.
We'll call
There's
you
one
if
guy-
we need you.
There's that guy that's going, my feelings hurt.
well,
I peed a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that. Up the stairs I go.
Acrobatics check, please.
Yep.
Now, from Lys's Arcana check, did that seem like the only one that was going to do damage?
Yep.
She's going to relay this, and she's going to be like, you couldn't have waited, like, 2 more seconds? You called me up here. You got me hurt. What the actual, like...
I thought that they were just the quiet ones.
Nope. You couldn't have waited just 2 seconds for me to, like, look at them? No, you just had to get me Anyway, I think that's the only one that's damaging on this wall, so now we can probably open it just fine.
What was your acrobatics?
18.
Okay, you're fine. You make your way up.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Liz.
Okay, do you want to try the door again?
Would you like me to? Just in case? I come up the stairs just like, hi. Can I help?
What's that all about then?
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened? You look hurt. What happened?
Look up. What happened? Can I help?
You get.
I
you get
assume
8
that you
HP back.
probably heard what Lys said.
Yes.
Considering Liz probably wasn't quiet about it.
Yeah. I was like coming up the stairs and I'm like, oh, all right, okay. Okay, what happened?
Gej looks like he just got whipped. His head's down. He just goes healing word.
You get back 8 points, Liz. Moonin,
Yeah.
you also, man, this D4. It's a nice D4, unlike that D20. You also get 8 HP back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna try and heal myself too, because
Sure
after I hit my face on the floor and got electrocuted, I'm not looking so hot.
Yes, he just looks got a split chin. His
Smoldering.
hair's
Like
like smoldering.
Take out just like a little bandana and tap his chin to get rid of the blood. It's
When
fine.
you went to the like science museum and there's the big static ball, you walked up, put your hand on it, it's just like
And of course, I would roll a 1, a 2, and a 1 for myself.
oh.
That's okay though. At least you guys are good.
Thank you, Raymond, for the party boon.
Lys would
Nice,
probably
thank you.
also. Can she use the cool ironing board to heal the 2 points of damage that's on his chin?
Yeah, the thing that cauterizes.
Yeah.
You want to
Do it.
2 points of damage. It'll heal it just a little bit. Won't even scar too much. That's what the sisters said.
It'll just either bruise, burn, or blister.
It'll
Probably.
Gej 100% trusts Liz. She knows what she's doing.
Just holding a blowtorch to a little piece of metal. It'll be fine.
Yeah, she's holding up an iron. Basically, it's you're talking about the one that fits on your knuckle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean it looks like she's holding up a ring that fits over her 2 fingers, and it's got a flat metal surface. And she just looks at you and she goes, "Hold still," and then like it doesn't
just
punch
says
you, but
heal.
holds it. Yeah. Healing hands. It's
Heal
just,
harm.
oh shit, wrong one. She just like she doesn't punch you, but she pushes it against your chin. That's like the sword that heals somebody when you cut them. So you're like, I know this is counterintuitive. Hold still. I'm gonna heal you.
This is gonna feel real weird.
It's
Just
gonna be
ram the
real
sword
strange. And then you pull it out and you're like, ah, fuck, wrong one.
Very confused. What? Oh, okay.
It's not one of her vials. She's pretty sure she knows what this does.
Like your buddy's got one, like your buddy's dying, he's bleeding out, and you're like, well, I'm out of heal spells, but I got this. Stab him and then cast Revivify. Oh, you son of a bitch!
Clever gal.
You said we'd have to kill you before you'd talk.
So you end up brandishing that towards him and yeah, punching him in the chin. So the door's still there, still closed.
He squats down a little
But
bit.
does he get the 2 points back?
Sure, why not?
My face just hurts a little bit.
Oh. Quick, somebody
this
give
is-
him a quick
And my
kiss.
pride.
This is definitely gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
Some of the stubble is all singed now.
Aw.
Oh, it's just a clear patch.
Oh.
All right. Don't worry, it'll grow back in a few weeks. So, door's still closed. What are you doing?
Liz,
I'm back.
I would like your expert opinion on opening this door. Please, ma'am. I was wrong.
As far as I can tell, that was the only damaging like rune on it, glyph on it. But yeah, I think it might be good to back the hell up and have Moonin just shoot the shit out of it.
He's gonna clasp him on the shoulder. You got this one, buddy. Although
I
those look like
mean,
swords.
are the people downstairs gonna be okay with that?
I mean, you're setting off a firearm around them so far. I mean, they're probably not going to be real cool unless you explain what you're doing.
Is there a hole in the floor?
I mean, yeah, the whole
Oh, yeah.
front section of the second floor is missing.
I'm gonna stick my head over the edge and go. You're about to hear a couple bangs. We're working on opening a door. Everything is okay.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, what?
And then pull my head back.
Guy's just gonna call over the side. It's gonna get loud.
You see several of them start towards the staircase, trying to figure out what you're doing.
I will look to Gej. They don't understand me because they're French. Can you please tell them that we're working on opening a door? They're going to hear a loud bang or two.
It's a simple arrête, s'il vous plaît.
Bang,
They
bang,
stop?
wee
Top, please.
You have inspiration because you do now. Bang, bang, wee, wee. That shit's going on a shirt. Just Moonin's face with bang, bang, wee, wee.
And it's just like him holding.
Gang,
He's
gang.
holding the pistol. He's holding the pistol across his chest, Bond style, and it just says "bang bang wee wee." All right. So they stop whenever you tell them, to basically stop, please. Yeah. You pull out, you produce your pistol, then produce your rapier. Stand and deliver. Are you pulling the rifle out?
I take you.
If we're going through a door, we might as well use the big rounds.
I'm pulling out the big guns now.
Unslings the rifle, pulls it into his shoulder.
Are hinges inside or outside of this door?
Hinges are inside.
I will aim for where I assume the hinges would be.
Okay. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. Hinges are on the outside. Yes, you can see them.
My goal is to blow the hinges off what's holding them to the wall so we can
All
just
right.
remove the door.
Bang, bang.
Am I rolling
Just,
for these?
Yeah, you don't have to. You're gonna roll to hit, obviously,
Okay.
because your gun could backfire.
25 and a 23.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage with that big bastard.
Please tell me that's the name of the gun.
I haven't
Is
named
now.
this rifle yet. It's pretty new to me.
It is now. This
But it
big
is
bastard.
now.
This is the big bastard. See, like,
It's just written on the side of it, big bastard.
He's for them serious moments.
Okay, that was actually...
It's got one of the classic scopes, so it looks like a metal tube. Like
The
a thin
first
metal
one
tube
is
on
a
top.
straight 20 damage.
Okay, that hinge is demolished.
The second one is 18.
That hinge is also demolished. You just blast both of the hinges off.
I will look at Gej and Liss because I'm not going to move that door, and I'm just going to kind of...
Knock, knock.
Is it all right?
You hear people calling out from below in French, basically saying, "What the hell was that? What are you doing up there?"
We told you. Bang,
we
bang.
still hear, "Oui, oui." You hear a couple of them that are mounting their way up the staircase. Wands drawn. Some of them have, like I said, their own firearms out as they move, like, tentatively up the staircase.
Oh God. Can I warn them that there's gonna be,
Yeah, absolutely.
problems? Monsieur. Unsafe. I don't know French.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish.
fine. I mean, you could say in French, I tell them that it's unsafe. Be careful
Yeah.
coming up the staircase.
I just like saying monsieur.
Um,
Monsieur, madame.
Holds up badge. Don't leave. Just leave us alone.
No,
Go
I ain't
away.
taking out that bitch.
they see your badge and they start asking more questions again in French, like which division are you with? We don't know you. Who are you with? How are you part of the directorate? Like they're just lobbing questions at you in French.
And
I'm
I
sure-
will look at them and answer in English. Who are you?
That starts a whole conversation concerning, like, this one steps forward, a stocky man,
Say,
not
I've done
very
my
tall.
job for the door, so I'm just going to keep them busy so my team can do their thing. So I'm just going to
Yeah.
talk at them.
A
Yeah,
stocky
if Emerus is talking with the French people and Gej has already touched this door, Liz would be like, all right, I guess I'll go touch the door. So she goes to try to like push the door like over, basically.
I'm asking them about their day in French.
They are. One of them steps forward and he speaks English. He does not have a French accent. He has a more akin to like a Liverpudlian,
Oof.
Liverpool accent. As he steps forward and he engages your conversation, he asks you who you are, and I'll let that conversation embroil offhand as you, Liz, push the door. Actually, it doesn't. It opened out, so you kind of like pull it out of the door frame. Inside the room, which is a little bit bigger than what it appears. Not like Doctor Who style TARDIS, defying the laws, non-Euclidean space kind of thing. But looks like they kind of went over into the building next to it on that side. there are cages. And in the cages, you can see looking disheveled, malnourished, and not very well cared for children. Um, they look
Listen,
wild-eyed and they look almost feral, like wild-eyed and kind of like lost. There's just a look in their eyes that's lost.
Liz looks back at Emerus and goes, "If the bitch," she says it in German, "if the bitch isn't dead, we're killing her soon." And then she's going to try to peacefully come into this room and try to speak the other languages that she speaks until she either gets one that they speak or she decides to cast tongues if they don't speak any of her languages.
They don't respond to anything you're saying except in fear. They back into the cages away from you. Their eyes are dilated to the point that they're just pools of black on white almost.
Gage is gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
Um,
Liz, as you are watching this, uh, you hear kind of a voice that kind of plays in your head. Ah, there they are. We thought that they were lost. How unfortunate. You have found them. If you will report back to my sister and I, we will happily make sure that they find their homes again.
Liz just looks up and goes, "I don't see how I can trust you considering that you've cast magic on me. You can
Eh,
obviously see what I'm doing now."
it is a simple divination. We were just wondering if everything is all right. We were concerned. We thought that that the madame was, of course, questionable. We did not know her depravity ran so deep. But like I said, we will be happy to place the children back in their homes. They look terrified, the poor dears. Thank you for being our eyes.
Do you know these children?
No, but they are clearly terrified, and my sisters and I, we have some dealings with children. We understand how to take care of them. We will happily take care of these children, make sure that they find their proper homes again.
Liz just no longer responds and goes and looks at Moonin in Norwegian. Goes, "I figured out what the magic was. I shouldn't be needed to be incapacitated. They just might see and hear everything I say. So Norwegian from now on." And
In
then she
Norwegian.
and then she turns back to the
What
children
was in
and
the
as
room? In Norwegian in response.
uh small, very scared children. Gej is trying to help. I've got candy in my bag. We're going to try to get them not to be so scared. So don't bring too many people in the room. Just hold off a minute.
Are they all okay? That was a large rifle I fired partially into the room.
They are alive. I do not think okay is a good way to describe these children.
They are unharmed. Well, they are unharmed by your bullets.
That was more my concern.
Gage is
Um,
also going to try to speak to them in French since Liz does not speak French.
Okay.
To see if
Liz
that
also
will.
brings out the candy from her purse.
You cast calm emotions on the room.
Mhm.
They seem to. They don't seem to. They don't seem to respond. They seem like they're lost. They are. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Stop it. 15.
They are not soulless, but you can tell that whatever this confinement in this place that they're in has taken a bit of their spirit. They are not whole. Yes.
Where did we leave Colm?
Colm is back in the vehicle and talking to what you assume is talking to other agents.
Okay.
Does the cages that they're in seem to also have glyphs or runes on them, or did it look like it was only on this doorway?
It looks like it was just the doorway.
Okay. Liz is going to try to get closer to one of these cages. She's not going to try to open it. She's just going to get close to it, and she's going to put like candy, and she probably has some form of cake in her bag because that's who she is, and just like put it down like outside of the cage. She's not going to put herself in the cage. She's just going to like put it outside the cage to see if that like calms them a little bit and see if they take it, what's going to happen with that. She's just going to put it there. She's going to be silent, and honestly she'll probably be singing like a small lullaby in either Sylvan or Elvish.
Okay. They don't seem to make a move towards it. They just seem kind of hollowed out. Give me another wisdom saving throw, please, Liz.
Part of him's missing. I think.
That's a nat 1, so it's a 9, but it's a nat 1, so
The children, like I said, they don't seem to move away from you, Gej, as you move into there, but they do seem to shy away from Liz.
if Liz notices that they shy away from her, she will then move back because she realizes that she's just scaring them.
Okay.
So she would.
Are you okay?
Even I heard that.
Yeah, I think so.
What was that?
I think so. It's either guns or fireworks. I'm 98% sure that it was guns, but I'm okay.
It's Florida.
I mean, still,
Yeah.
Concerned.
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 That sounded super close. Are your neighbors insane?
Yeah, it's like super close. That sounded like my next door neighbor, and I'm 98% sure that they don't have guns, but it is Florida, so they might.
If it was a transformer, though, I think it would have shot her power.
Mm-hmm. Unless it was on a grid nearby where there's a grid changeover.
True.
I am going to poke my head out just to make sure that there's not somebody dying in the street.
As a matter of fact,
I'll be back.
Why don't we take about a 10-15 minute break and then we'll all be back.
Let's
take a 10-minute break and make sure
Take a
our hearts aren't
breath.
leaping out of our chest. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. The exciting conclusion of Vixen returns. We'll be right back, guys. Thank you.
It's just bowling ball, man.
No.
Don't you do that.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Sorry about the delay there. Anyway, so children in cages, looking concerned.
Did Emrys come up the stairs? Are you
Mhm.
disguised as a male or a female?
Male.
Okay. Emrys,
Guys, yes?
can you come in here? You speak
Sure.
French.
Yeah.
See if we can talk to him. Gej is gonna like get really low to the floor so he's not as intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try and move closer to the children. If at any point they're like, he's gonna stop.
Once Liz leaves the room, they seem to just kind of sit and stare, almost unblinking. Liz, give me another wisdom saving throw.
These dice are going in dice jail because that's another nat 1.
Somebody buy this woman a luck point.
We
Oh,
do
wait,
have a
didn't
party
we have a
boon
party
still.
boon
Yeah, re-roll that.
And there's your luck point.
That is a 16.
That heaviness, that weight that you felt since whatever it was done to you seems to lift. You don't seem to be weighted down by something.
At that point, she would probably go back to, because she would feel that the weight had lifted, right? She would probably go back to the doorway to see what is going on, to see if Emerus can calm the children down or what they're doing.
This time, as you peek in, they don't seem to back away from you.
Sorry, have the children said anything to either of you? No. Okay. Kind of
Do
crouching.
children,
Go ahead.
do the children seem like they're intelligent enough to speak? Or does it seem like they're just feral children that like never developed the ability to like speak?
Gej, you notice that, like I said, like
He
they're
did relay the part of them. It's part of. He said part of them was missing.
so you get the idea that they're not feral, that they just there's something else going on.
During all of this, I am going to more or less usher whoever had come up the staircase out of the stairway. And I'm going to be heading to the car to go grab Colm.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you usher everybody, all of the directorate members there, down the staircase, as it were, and then you go to fetch Colm. In the time that you were talking to them, some of them have used their mending, which takes about a minute or so to cast, to repair the stairs as best they can. You know what they can of it, so that they don't have to be so treacherous up and down the stairs. You see Colm. He is talking to a couple of the agents. He is thoroughly investigating pieces, picking up parts and fragments of things, and like he's looks like he's in his element.
Hey, Colm.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Can I borrow you?
I mean, yes, technically, I suppose. What can I help you with?
One, I found this. I'm going to hand him the shiny splinter of wood I found.
Ooh, yeah, it's definitely like polished and lacquered. It's definitely a wand. Ooh, thank you. I'll put that away for now. We'll see that later. What else can I do for you?
Secondly, we found a strange room upstairs. I think you might want to come up there.
Oh, of course. Will this need gloves?
No.
All right.
And in
Mm,
the walk, I will explain to him what I have heard, Gej, and Liz tell me about the glyphs on the door, or at least speak about the glyphs on the door and what they found in it.
right. So it was keeping the silence battle, so it was keeping sounds from exiting out of the room.
It also exploded into a lot of lightning when Gej tried to open it.
Obviously very valuable, or someone protecting it. Interesting. Yes, Liz.
Does it seem like the children are cursed? Because she had prepared remove curse when she had dealt with Colm earlier, and she just hadn't
Give me a
done it.
medicine. Give me a medicine check.
That is a dirty 20.
It is not any sort of. I mean, you can't really tell. Um, what you do learn from your medicine check, though, is that I said that they were malnourished, but it looks as though they are coming off of that, like they were, and then they were being tended to properly.
This is kind of a far shot. People in Ireland like to tell stories about Fae, things like that. Colm's got his books. I had my parents. Is there any sort of roll that I can do to see if something in mythology matches this?
Yes, give me a history check.
I got nothing. Mm-mm. That was a 1 plus nothing. Carry the nothing.
You do have a luck point.
I do.
Sure.
That was a team boon.
It was a potty boon. Not a Daniel boon or a Pat boon, but a party boon.
Does the luck point is a reroll, right?
Yeah, just basically you get to reroll.
Cool, because that went from a 1 to a 20 real quick.
Take it. Yes, there is a lot in history and especially stories of naughty children taken away by different creatures. They have different names here and there, but they all translate down into one. In some places, it's Baba Yaga. In other places, it's, you know, I can't think of anything right now other than that one. But they all translate down to a simple term, 3 letters, hag.
With her knowledge of the fact that they are on the mend, she's going to look back at Emerus and go, I don't know if we're helping, but because I seem to be doing better, and we're scared when I came in the room when the magic was still on me, and the fact that the sisters really want.
I'm sorry, I lost track of what you were saying because at one point you started roboting,
And then you cut out.
and then my brain was like, "You're hearing words, but none of it's."
Basically, from what I gathered, Liz was telling Emerus that the children are better and that maybe we're on the wrong path because the children shied away whenever she came in there with the magic on, and the sisters were really intent on returning the children. They're really interested in the children.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, she's going to say that earlier when she told you that if the old woman wasn't dead, she was going to be dead soon. She's like, well, maybe that's not the case. Maybe we're going to go kill the sisters.
We should hand children over to anybody other than, maybe the police or stuff like that, whether the sisters want them or not. But there was something I wanted to try earlier before we switched on. I wanted to try seeing if sign would help with any of the children. Seeing as they didn't want to, since they didn't want to speak verbally, doing small signs like just introducing myself, like, my name is, do you understand?
They don't seem to respond to any of that.
Okay. I just wanted to see if that would help at all. Whether I take damage or not, I'd like to actually, maybe if I have any food on me, I would like to offer them to someone by hand. Whether they grab my hand and pull it towards them or attack me or anything like that, I'll take it. It's fine. I am just slow moving, no fast actions. I am letting them see that I am not going to do anything to them besides offer.
They don't pull away. They don't withdraw. They just seem to take it from you, almost dutifully.
Okay.
Like, this is what's to be expected of me. And then you watch as the one that you hand it to, which is like the first cage. So the cages, there's 8, and there's top and bottom.
Yeah.
And there's like a solid base acting as the ceiling for the lower ones and the floor of the upper ones.
Okay.
You watch as this one like takes your food and divvies it up and hands a piece through the cage to the one next to him.
Okay.
And then they just both sort of like start to eat as the sounds of chewing and eating and the sounds of mastication start to fill the room. You watch as the children on the other side slowly creep forward to the edges of the cages, and you see little hands like come.
I'll start passing out food without an issue, without a doubt.
Um,
Any food that I've got on me, it's being passed towards all.
And there's cake on the floor as well.
They eventually all start to eat, and they're quietly doing so. Like,
okay,
they're trying to quietly do whatever it is that they're doing.
Okay. Last thing I wanted to do was, what kind of locks?
Oddly enough, there are no locks. The children could reach through and just open the cage and open it.
Oldest one. I'd like to actually no, not the oldest one, the youngest one. If there are differences between ages visually that I can see, I'd like to open the youngest one's cage.
Okay. Smallest, you're not sure if it's the youngest, but from what your guess is, probably so. You open the cage. She just kind of sits there and stares.
I'd like to. I'm not going in to get her. I'm not going to force her out, but I would like to hold my hands out to her to see if she will come to me.
Liz at this point is going to cast tongues on herself because that is one of the spells that she has prepared for the day. And she is just going to quietly be like, we're not sure what happened to you, but I promise we're here to help.
Okay. Moonin, you and Colm approach the room. Colm shoulders past everybody and runs in, like, steps into the room and starts looking around. And he has the general questions of what's going on, what's happened, what's here. So you fill him in with the information that you have.
When I was a boy, my father used to tell me stories that if I didn't behave, he'd send me out into the woods to be found by the women there, and that they'd take me and they'd eat me.
The hags.
It was always just the witches of the wilds for us.
Same cloth, different names. It's quite possible, but this state is something new. And he starts to get down and examine one of the children. And he's not rough, but you can see he's like turning the kid's head and like peering into their eyes and things like that. The one that you hold your hands out to, eventually she makes her way over to you, and like the room in the cage is like she can stand and like hunch over a little bit. Um, but she crawls out to you, and she like puts her arms around you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pick her up. Probably
Okay.
no real song or anything, just a hum and in French or in English, just you're okay.
Um,
I've got you.
you watch as one of the larger children, and again, leaving, I mean, like she could stand up in this cage.
Yeah.
The largest kid is like can barely stand and kind of like hunched over on one of the upper cages. Um, comes to the cage and like puts his hands on there, and he starts to peer against it and says, "Help."
Gage will go over to him or them.
Yeah, Liz just replies, "Yeah, we're here to help. We're here to help." And she's also going to sort of move closer to any of the children that would also seem like they would like to come out.
Madame Marie, Madame Marie, help. You watch as he looks like he's fighting or shaking off a fog. Um, and several of the children are kind of like shaking off, like they're trying to shake off a fog, but they're not being successful. It looks like whatever it is that's enthralled them is stronger than what they're doing, what they're able to get past. Yep.
Is there anything else in this room other than the cages?
Uh,
Does this lead into any other rooms? Is this
n-
like a solitary
um,
area?
no, there are some other things in there. There's a shelf that has what looks to be wooden crockery, wooden bowls and spoons and things like that. They're clean, but it looks like they've been used.
Okay.
Liz is going to touch one of the children that she's in front of, or at least put her hand out for one of the children to touch so that
Mhm.
she can cast resistance to see if that will help at all, to see if one of the fog
Uh,
will come out.
give me an Arcana check.
That's an 18.
You, it's not a curse, but it is something else that's happening to them. Um, there is a corruption here, and you know that there is a way to restore this. And therein is the key word: restore.
Your dog spooked me just a little bit. I like saw it and I was still like, oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Just wants to play.
Yeah, this is tug of war time for him.
Oh. Is it lesser restoration or greater restoration time? My friendly clerics?
Yeah, I think it probably.
Greater.
I think
Big.
it probably would be. I don't think I have it though.
Mm-mm. Not at your level, you don't. Greater resto is a 5th level spell. You are
She's
not.
gonna look at Colm and just go, I know it's not a curse, and I know that they're technically getting better, but I know you and your briefcase often have things that we need. Do you have anything with restoration of any kind in your bag?
Unfortunately, no. But if we can get them back to the directorate office, then we can talk to the healers therein, and of course we'll find the appropriate magic to restore them. This debilitating effect that's on them seems to be stronger than their own will, which is surprising. They look so lost. They look like they're caught in the dreaming, like there's something else going on with them. Are any of you familiar with it?
The dreaming.
Liz shakes her head, but she goes, "We have to make sure that the sisters across the street do not see these children."
Are any of us familiar with it?
I'm not 100% sure myself.
History checks, please.
I like this die.
Liz knows nothing.
This
It's
die's
at
being
6.
nice to me today. Say a 21.
Okay. A 16 or a 15 or a 6?
15.
15.
Sorry.
Okay. You were like
6.
what if okay. It's like, okay, so 6 for Liz. What did Emrys have?
Nat 20, 21.
Nice. A 21 for Emrys, a 21 for Moonin, and a 15 for
All times to roll a nat
Gej.
20.
Gej, we'll start with you. It's familiar. There are creatures that live in this world and in another one at the same time. A lot of the time, that place of the in between, you can get trapped there, lost through a dream. Most often, that's how you're transported there. They call it the dreaming. There are actually places in the physical world that transfer there. Hang on a second here.
Is that different from like what the plane the Banshee would have been on? Would he know that?
Yeah, like one of the famous ones that you know of. One of the creatures that resides in this realm is Crom Cruk, which is a Celtic pagan deity residing in there, thought to be this gigantic serpent. There is, that's one of the creatures that or one of the ancient beings that lives within this realm. If you are trapped there, or part of you can be trapped there, so that you are awake in this world but lost in the dreaming. Moonin, you know of it as well, although again, the name and the name of it is a little different, and the story of it is a bit different. For your heritage, it would be one of the many places on the world tree. Most commonly, hell is the one that oversees it. It's not quite the underworld. It's not quite, the afterlife. It's this
Almost
just
a
kind of this,
purgatory.
yeah, like this place of just being lost. And Emrys, again, you know of it as well. Again, because you know that humans can cross over, and those with dark ties, dark priests and old ones, cross in between this realm and do bidding, and those that get lost there are sometimes alive but dead in spirit. And basically what Calm is trying to say is that there's a portion of these children that are lost in this dreaming, this nightmare, almost this place. It appears as though we might be able to draw them back, but we need to make sure that we do so quickly. You say they're on the mend, though. Like, what do you mean by they're getting better? I mean, they're clearly not better.
Well, of course they're not better, obviously, but you can see how malnourished they are. But they seem to be getting fed. They seem to be getting better from whatever malnourishment was happening. Um, I'm not. I can't really explain it. I know medicine, and I know that these kids are getting better physically.
Are you saying that whoever had them locked in here was actually caring for them?
As crazy as it sounds, I I think they were, especially because the sisters across the street, those fuckers, and fuckers she would have said in Elvish, those fuckers, um,
Sounds pretty.
spelled did a divination spell on me, and as soon as I entered the room, they said that they thought that these children were lost. So they wanted to bring them back to their parents, and I don't trust them anymore. And as soon as I shook off whatever they did to me, the children responded better.
But why cages? You would think if they were trying to keep them, that they would keep them in beds or rooms or something.
Their livestock.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the cages don't have locks on them, so the children could have gotten out at any point. I don't, I don't, I think this was probably where, if it was me and if I had found these children in cages and they seemed to prefer to be in cages, I would have allowed them to adjust almost.
No, exactly what you're saying. I understand. You were kept in a small cage, then transferred to a bigger one. You still have that feeling of being in an environment which you've grown accustomed to, but with more room before. Because there's this thing with veterans of the war, and he kind of looks at Gej, where they grow accustomed to certain things and they can't function or stay or feel comforted in a jarring transfer to a foreign place. So we're saying that whoever ran this shop was tending to these children and keeping them well, at least as far as the physical goes, but they couldn't adjust for the condition that they're in.
Liz then seems to have a light bulb moment, and she goes, "The woman that was here was one woman, and the sisters said that they were a coven, and the woman was no match for them when we left earlier today."
Perhaps she did not fully. Perhaps she wasn't fully aware of the stakes that she had established here. Let's quickly, and he calls down to the stairs, and several of the agents come up, and they start to ferry the children down to vehicles to take them back to the directorate.
Are they making sure not to be seen from across the street? Like, Liz would be very upset if it seemed like they were not sort of hiding these children.
They're not. However, you know that no one is foolish enough to take on the directorate. Like, as much force as there is. I don't care how
This
strong
place
you are.
is.
There's and it's crawling with directorate.
Yeah, I was about to
right
say,
now.
this place is crawling. Even if they tried to hide the children, more than likely they know the children's here. Whether or
mean-
not they walk them down the street, I'm sure they'd be able to protect them without an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, are we not walking it down with them?
You tell me if you are or not.
Emrys would. I
Right.
would. I'd have that one
Yeah.
small one with me still, so.
Okay. So as you
This
guys
is
are
very mother hen, just no one's going to harm these
keeping the
children
brood
anymore.
in, as you guys are making your way down, you get a feeling of being observed. You look and you can see the three sisters are standing out there, looking, and they're looking to be cooing and oh, the poor children. It is such a shame. I certainly hope they find the parents of all the lost children. It would be unfortunate indeed. You are great people for finding and rescuing the children. We are all thankful for your services.
Do I
Can Liz
believe
just
anything they're saying?
Insight check.
Do
can Liz just cast guiding bolt towards the door? She doesn't even want to do an insight check. She's just like, fuck these women.
Give me you would not, while you are impulsive enough to do so, you recognize that firing a bolt at people that you don't have any evidence of, even though you wear a directorate badge, you are not above the law. You figure that might be a bad thing right now. You can. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just letting you know that it might not be the wisest decision to make right now.
17.
They are certainly putting on airs of thankfulness.
I will quietly relay that to the appropriate people around me.
Liz and Norwegian just goes, no fucking shit.
Niflheim. That was the word I was thinking of. Niflheim. The cold, dark, misty world. All right.
But yeah, she is impulsive enough, but she also knows that right now the children are technically protected, but she very much wants to just like rip these women to shreds. Like it's like just enough. Like if they were to say like one more thing or like speak to her directly, she'd be like, nope, that's fucking it.
Yeah, she's worked herself up into a dither. All right. Anything else that you're wanting to do as they trundle the children back towards the directorate main office?
Just so it's reminded of, Emrys had found the ajar door.
Yep,
Yeah,
there was
I don't
something in the
think that's
alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't.
Are you heading back in that direction?
Dropping off the young girl that allowed me to, I would hope, carry her out, seeing as she had gotten so close to me.
She does. She lets you carry out. Whenever you go to set her down, she doesn't like fight or anything else like that.
Okay.
All the children that can walk are just kind of like, it's a listless just
Yeah.
automation. Going back towards the alleyway, you make your way towards that door.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they opened it, went through, and then just let it close on its own.
Yeah.
But there's nothing in it seems like it lets into a residence. There's currently nobody in the residence,
Okay.
but it just looks like a home, like
All
somebody's
right.
house.
All right. So it's just a home.
Mhm.
Doing a quick scan over, is there anything that perhaps seems out of place or
Investigation check for me,
you got it.
Lith.
Is Pierre the head of the directorate in this area, or has he gone back to base?
He was back at base, but yeah, he is the head administrator for this area.
Okay, as soon as they get back to them, Liz is gonna have a word with him, whether it's off camera or not. Like Liz is gonna be like, "Hey, these fucking sisters."
Okay. Putting the suspicion out there.
No suspicion. She's adamantly admitting to the fact that she is like 98% sure that they're up to shit, and like would also show the items that she bought.
Uh-huh. Okay.
15.
15. I mean, it's a house you've never seen before, so you're not really sure what would be out of place.
True.
Nothing.
Snooping.
As you're like snooping through there, you don't really see anything, and you turn to leave through the door that you came in, and tucked like the drywall was pushed in just enough. You see a small letter, and it has your name written on it. Mm-hmm.
I'll just take it and I'll tuck it off to the side.
Okay.
I'll deal with it later.
Catch
Okay.
these hands.
Sorry.
Catch these hands.
Alright.
Yeah, just tuck it away.
Actually, it does not say Emrys. It just says Changeling.
Oh, even better. Yeah, tucking that away.
Okay. Sorry. I realized you never said your name. So it says Changeling.
I also didn't appear to her as Emrys at first as well, so that would make
Right.
sense. Yeah.
So, You make your way back out
Yep.
carrying the note.
I-
It feels warm against your skin.
Okay.
Not like searing hot, just
No.
like warm.
Why is
And
this
then it
paper
starts
hot?
to and then it starts to pulse a little bit and then go warm again, then kind of cool. You get the idea that it's like trying to draw your attention.
I'm gonna look at it by myself, but fine.
I mean, you can get with your friends before you open it.
That's true. No, I was just gonna. If it was addressed to me, I would have waited to probably be on my own.
Okay.
But
Um, as you take it to look at it, it's blank. But when you finally unfold the last page of it, you watch as a mouth appears in the middle of it, and it says, "Well, it took you long enough. I was waiting, and I see that my sacrifice, I hope, was not in vain. Unfortunately, it has destroyed most of my home, but the children would be safe. I knew that I would not draw their attention, and they have always been on the up and up with the directorate, so what was an old woman to do but to sacrifice herself and draw their attention? Now, I keep slipping from French to German, sorry. Z- to be fair, yeah, it was a boring life. I will try my hand elsewhere. I'm not sure what it was that they had done to the children, but I can assure you it will be reversed. Thank you. Thank you very much for your payment. I hope that the world finds you well. It could use more people like you. Unfortunately, you appear to be one of a kind. But perhaps if you look into some information, you will find exactly who it is you are and where you have come from. The veil slipped. We know of the elves, the dwarves. We know of all the kinds that slipped through the veil. But yours lived amongst all of them, quietly. Don't worry, little changeling, you are not alone. There are more out there for you. In the northern part of Germany, there is a forest. Seek it out. Perhaps you will find more answers there. Au revoir. And the paper just folds up neatly.
all right. Um, back into pocket and an inner jacket. Does it still give off a type of heat or
Like I
warmth?
said, it's just a little warmth. Yeah, it still
Just a
does.
little warmth. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know that what little you know of magic,
yeah.
you know that that isn't a one time, like that's not a one time spell.
Okay. So it can be spoken again from the
Mhm.
letter. Perfect.
Correct.
All right. Then I will take that back into a pocket in my jacket and back to the group.
Okay. And you make your way back to the group. As you do so, um, is there anything else that anyone else would like to do? All right. The directorate takes the next couple of days to investigate the incident. Um, they do follow up on some of the questions that you have. Greater restoration is cast on the children. Some of them, their parents are still alive and are able to be found. Others, unfortunately, they are not. Um, Eventually, arrangements are made, and an orphanage is reached out to. Um, in the
Would be the one
children,
I know about. Sorry.
actually,
This
it
one?
is. It is
Perfect.
the one you know about.
Okay.
Um, looking at maps, Emrys,
Yes.
the forest that that like would be kind of where you're looking at is in the area around Danzig. Danzig, as in like Danzig, the the musician, Danzig, Glenn Danzig. But yes, around the city of Danzig, which sits on the coast of the Baltic Sea. There's a forest just outside of it. Um, given what little information you have, that might be a good starting point for you.
Okay.
Um,
Something I will hold on to.
after a few more days of settling in to places, you all board the train, unable to avoid the call to London any further. Carefully, do you take the box with you?
Yes.
The trip to London, you ferry across and then take the short ride via train.
Goodbye,
You arrive.
France.
Goodbye, France.
I
Yes.
Bye,
recall.
homie.
So Liz would have been like, Liz would have wanted some sort of answer of what justice these three women were going to get. So did they seem like they were going to come to justice, or was she being brushed off almost?
No, you got the indication that they were investigating the women and would be looking into correcting any issues therein. Basically, they're going to try to bring them to justice.
And if not, I'll come back and I'll plant some evidence.
Or some knives in their skulls. That works too.
I mean,
No.
that is a good plan B.
You
We've got
know,
a flamethrower. That shit's going up.
evidence.
It's mysterious fires. I don't know what it was at
All
all.
right. Guys. Um, the directorate, as you approach, is a very large, functioning building, columns and large marble archways. It is a testament to beauty, function, and form. Know that this was made using magic to carve pieces and to shape things and move them around. All manner of people are moving in and about. Um, the first day is basically making yourselves comfortable. The second day is introducing yourselves to small key figures that Colm knows, who, other than the occasional like visit with you guys to usher you to meet someone, he is elsewhere. You're not sure where he is at, but he is elsewhere. 3 days in, you've made yourselves at home. You're comfortable. You have all of these things that you want to see. When the final word for the dinner that evening, you all dress appropriately in your attire. As you make your way into the dining hall, this gigantic, massive room that seats like hundreds of people. Um, all of the top names are there, as well as some underlings. You see a familiar figure from your first adventure in Germany, who is who is making his way over. He's standing next to Colm. He's wearing a high collared shirt. He looks very prestigious, and he sits down and shakes all of your hands. Ah, it is good to see you all again. Thank you once more for helping me to escape the bonds that were tied to me.
Glad you made it.
As am I. There is the ringing. There's a tapping and a ringing of a bell, and you look up at the main dais where everybody is standing. Um, the head of the directorate sits at this table there. You watch as a representative of the human faction stands and says, "We are most pleased that all of you could make it. We understand that we kept things quiet as possible. There's been some changing of guards as of late. We have always abstained from the practices of more nefarious acts of magic, those of the Himata and some of the others that deal with artifacts, even the Libram or the Totem. There's one that we have shunned because of the darker nature of it, and that is necromancy. And there's kind of a hushed, quiet. Calm down. I'm not saying that we're abandoning our old beliefs for new things. I'm simply stating that we have to look at all sources of magic to make sure that we understand them. As such, we have found a specialist in the field that we would like to welcome into our fold. With that, he signals to one of the lead tables, and a man amongst the crowd stands and he turns and he waves. You, Holm, and your friend stop. Everyone welcome Christoph Anders as our newest agent of magic, as Peter Dietrich waves to the room.
Nails digging into the table.
And that is where we will end season 1 of the Troubleshooters.
Ooh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We are going to be on hiatus until April the 5th. We will be back. In that meantime, we will have things going on Monday, so stay tuned. We will always be doing something. We will keep you abreast of any changes or any updates. Make sure you join the Discord server, because that is super important to make sure that you can see what's going on, because you can chat with these wonderful people as well as myself. We'll answer questions, talk to you about what we have coming. We have one shots that we're going to be doing. We talked about possibly playing some games and all manner of other things. In the meantime, again, I want to shout out to this wonderful group of people around me. Um, they bring so much character and so much personality to their characters. It was just wonderful so far to have this and only to see where it goes. I'm excited about it. So individually, I would love to thank Vixen. I'll say your first name and then don't specify what I'm talking about. I'd like to say huge thanks for Vixen for being a good sounding board for me for outside of this thing, just to kind of go, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Can you help me out with that? She's been there for me for a long time. Very dear friend of mine. So I'm glad to have her on board with us. Voodoo, who is
5 years. It's been 5 years that we've been friends. Back on the 16th.
Yes, that's right. And then a huge thanks to Voodoo, who is a new friend, comes to me via my brother, and then ended up being fast friends. I mean, like that. It just happened. And I'm happy to say is my neighbor. Yeah. And a huge thanks to Q for running the production, making sure that we're all on or that all of our cameras are together and that we're all working and that all the broadcast is going out. When it comes to making sure that we're all on camera and everything looks good, I have to thank Otter for that, because he has put a lot of work into everything. I got the intro done, but he made it. The transitions, the borders, the overlay, all of it is just all of his hard work. And he would hit me up with, hey man, I had like 10 free minutes and I thought I'd try this out. What do you think? Let me see. And so we would spend minutes just here and there looking at different things and making sure that it looks the way that we were all happy with. So a huge thanks to Q and to Otter for all of the hard work that they put in, making sure that all the announcements get out and everything else like that. So thank you all so much for being the people that you are and also being the characters that you are. And another big shout out to all of the people out there who watched faithfully Monday after Monday. Raymond, JT, Decca, Just Enough Wrong, Lil Given. I know I'm going to be missing some names, and to all the new people who joined us, which we had Roach Acre, I think is what the name was, or Roach something other. So thank you absolutely for joining us and playing along with us. And I've found this to be entertaining with the addition of the whole hydrate, stretch, no cursing, the show your appreciation, and all the party boons and banes. I think at one time we had like 4 party boons and like 2 party banes going, like three banes,
We had 4 boons and 3
3
banes in like
banes,
an hour.
and I'm keeping up with it all up in my head. So thank you for making that complicated. I
Yeah,
love it.
you. We're talking to you in chat. I see you.
Yeah, we see you over there. No cursing is the bane of everyone. That is correct.
It's Sailor.
Those ones are hard.
Please stay tuned. Love you guys. Thank you all so much. Don't forget we have shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Q, we still Wednesday? Are we still on for Wednesdays for now?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Don't have anything on Wednesdays at the moment, but we will. Because we'll be doing Wednesday night showcases or one shots while we are looking to fill that for something. So if you're a DM and you'd like to do a show like on a Wednesday, let me know because we have everything else. Yes, JT will be running a one shot on March the 10th. So there we go. Anyways, that is all I have. I have prattled on enough at the head. Thank you all so much. All of my love out to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Tune into the rest of our shows. Join us in Discord. Follow us everywhere. Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you on April the 5th.
Right.